G'day, I'm Peter Fritz and welcome back to Landscape Photography in 3 minutes, a little series that I'm running in July. In this, the 19th episode, I want to share a few ideas on why you shouldn't leave until you're absolutely certain that it's over. And by that I mean leave a location until you're certain that it's over. I've had this happen to me a few times, so I've got some suggestions here on why you should stick around just a little bit longer. And the first one is, some of the most magical light happens right on the horizon. I've been in situations where it's miserable and overcast and the light's just getting darker and darker and nothing is happening. All the shadows and the highlights and the texture and everything has just completely disappeared as the sun has made its way down to the horizon behind a huge bank of clouds, and it's clear that it's just going to go from light grey to dark grey to black and nothing else interesting is going to happen. But I've also experienced situations where there's a little tiny sliver of a break on the horizon, and when the sun gets down to that little gap in the horizon, all hell breaks loose, and the clouds that were up until now as dull as buggery suddenly light up and they become this huge softbox, this huge reflector of diffuse warm light coming in on the horizon. Now in this situation you don't have very long, you might have 30 seconds, you might have a minute at best. I've been in this situation a few times where I've packed up heading back to the car, and bang, there's this sudden gap in the clouds right on the horizon and this shaft of beautiful golden orange light, not only coming through that gap, but reflecting off that huge bank of clouds, which up until this moment had just been a pain in the bum. So that's one good reason to stick around to the end. Another reason is very similar to the first one, and that is even when the sun has gone down, when it's below the horizon, if there is a gap down just beyond where you can see, the sun can still light up that bank of cloud that is overhead and create some real magic. It can turn an otherwise boring scene into something truly dramatic. I've had this happen a few times where not necessarily a bank of clouds where my camera is pointed, but certainly it is over near the horizon. And I've just thought, nah, it's a nothing burger. In fact, I had this happen a while ago where even my wife, who's not a photographer, said, "You're not going to get a photo on this light. It's terrible. It's just clouds everywhere. It's dull. It's flat." And I said, well, you never know. A good excuse to get out anyway. And I got one of my most dramatic sunset cloud photos because of that. And it happened even after I had thought it's over and started driving back home. And there it was, and I had to pull over and grab it. The third one is, and this relates to sunrise, to dawn, is even after the sun has come up and perhaps you've already gotten your beautiful blue hour or initial flushes of golden hour light and you've gotten your photo, there can still be quite a long period of golden hour after the sun comes up, depending on whether there's any diffuse cloud or mist or fog between you and the sun. You can get a lovely golden glow for quite a while, especially in the the autumn or fall part of the year where the sun is tracking fairly low across the horizon anyway. So just because the sun's come up, don't think that it's over. There are going to be other subjects that you can photograph. There's going to be changes to the way the subject you've been photographing looks now that the light is more directional. So just wait a little bit longer and see what else you can get. And the last one is one that I've said a number of times in the past, is turn around and look in the opposite direction. Whether the sun is going down or coming up, has risen or has set, just look in a different direction and see what you can get, because you might have been photographing in the direction of the, say, the setting sun, for example, and you've gotten some beautiful glow, you've gotten some lovely activity in the clouds, maybe it's lit your subject in a pleasing side-lit or backlit fashion, and you think that's it, it's over. But after that sun goes down, turn around and look behind you and look for that incredible shadow from the earth cast across the sky behind you and see what you can capture there. You might be able to get a beautiful silhouette of a dead tree. You might just get a lovely, simple, minimalist style image of a mountain range in the distance, or a reflection in a body of water of that graduated, color. Just turn around and look in the opposite direction when you think it's over and see what's behind you. You might be surprised. Anyway, hopefully that was useful. If it was, please do give this video a thumbs up. It actually makes a difference, and subscribe if you haven't already. And hopefully I'll see you in the next video. See ya.
For more on this subject, just click here.